Now to get this one started, and off we go from Oakland. It's a short kick taken near the 18. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Operating from the gun, Miller. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Taylor. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go. Check three. Grace don't travel.
Here's 2nd and 8. And he will find his man on the outside. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs 1st down.
1st down, Kansas City.
Ready. 51 come on, boy. Let's go.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Taylor. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh. Hey, let's go.
They'll look to throw. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw. That on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here we go.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
He takes this for 3 to the 29.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs.
Through an opening, and there he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. 71 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Taylor. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Harold Landry in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Here's the Chiefs punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Off play action. Miller. And this is incomplete.
Miller's pass incomplete on the throwaway. Brings up 3rd down and 11.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, lock it.
Miller now, operating from the gun. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down.
Sets up fourth down.
Here's the Raiders punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. To return is Taylor. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
An incomplete pass leads. The give to Taylor. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. And the Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down. He'll look to throw. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's fourth down. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Now Miller on 1st and 10. It's caught by Sanders. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Give them a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Yeah.
On first down, Taylor. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Second and 11. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. That's caught inside the 20. A big play there for KC, and even 40 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Raiders pick it up. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A great play there. 35 yards. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner. With good timing, you get a completion, as we just saw there.
Here's a first down throw that's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
First down, Kansas City.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. He finds Taylor, complete. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
They'll look to throw here. And that will be incomplete as well.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get out to the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Miller. Off play action. And he finds a man with a crossing route. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Miller off the play fake. And now he'll turn, and off his back foot, he'll heave this deep. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Miller. And Sanders has got it complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Back to throw. Miller firing quickly here, and that's complete. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. Give him 4 yards there, and that should be the final play of this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets...
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw, escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6. At the Chiefs' 41-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Stop your whining.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Miller now. From the gun, he'll throw. And that's complete to Sanders. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're down 17-0, really needing to find that offensive spark on this drive as they have it with a 1st and 10. They're going to get 9 here on 1st down as he gets this one up to the 30. Yard line.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 34-yard line.
The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, some strong running. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. They'll drop the throw, and he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 1st down for the Chiefs, solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 36. They run with Taylor. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He finds Beckham complete, and he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Odell Beckham, 37 yards, and the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And it's 17-7.
Next to score, Raiders 17, Chiefs 7. Jason Sanders set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 19-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now Miller, off play action. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And instead, they want to throw it off play action. Looking deep downfield. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 35. A big play that time for the Raiders. 55 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets them up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Brings up second and 2 at the 27.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. Now a handoff here to his running back. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 12, and he'll return it to the 24-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Here's Taylor. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Job 1 to pick up the first down is complete. That was a big 3rd down conversion, but they got to watch the clock. It's starting to become their enemy a bit here in a 2-score game.
Which means they have to pick up the pace, right? The tempo has to be up. And what they do is they tell the quarterback in his helmet, hey, listen, when we pick up the first down here, tell everyone we're going. We're moving now to 2-minute offensive phase, and everyone on the bench area, they're waving them along too. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Ready. 6 orange. 51, 951. Bravo. Here we go.
2nd and 5. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Turnover that just got him the football back, obviously a big one, because had they been able to score on the other side, this would have been a one-possession game.
So you don't sense full relief.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. He's at the 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. 99 yards. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week one. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week one. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, two sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 28. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or two. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And some room to roam now. There he goes, right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football,
yeah,
where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. But now I'm listening to you. So for Oakland, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.